Hey everyone, my name is Natalie and today I'm going to be stitching this little floral heart from my stitch along that I started last week, and we already stitched this little floral heart that I will be turning into the ornament, and this one is ready, and I already made stitching instructions and detailed video tutorials for this one, and you can watch it on my YouTube channel. And if you want to get all three embroidery patterns that I'm stitching this month with my stitching club, you can join it by the link in the video description and stitch it with me. So make sure you check out the link in the video description below, and there is more information about this stitch along. So how it's gonna look like. Today I'm going to be sew it together, and I will stuff it with some leftovers from my felt that I cut into little pieces. So this is how I will fill it, and there's one more idea how you can fill it. You can use your um, threads leftovers from your projects and you can stuff it with it. So if you have more ideas how you can stuff it with something, please comment below. And the idea is to sew it together, and I will use those cute beads, and you will see the final result in my next live stream on YouTube. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to see the final result of for this floral heart and probably for this one too. And yeah, and stitch it with me. So today I'm going to be stitching the woven roses you can see on the right side. On the previous video tutorial we were stitching this cute sunflower, and you can watch the replay um, on my YouTube channel as usual. You can find all those videos in the live tab. So if you open my YouTube channel and you don't see it, it's because those are live streams and you need to switch to another tab, live, and you will see all the videos for this project. Hi Erin, how are you doing? Yeah, guys, while I'm setting this up on my hoop stand, please hit this heart button and uh, leave me some comments in the chat. So let's start the conversation. Let me know which country are you watching from, and anything like how is the weather looks like in your area. We have a lot of snow in New Brunswick. So I already stitched those leaves. I already showed you how to stitch those leaves in my previous video tutorial, so I will not repeat this again. I just stitched it the same way. It just satin stitch. I was using different colors for each half of the leaf, so it looks more realistic. And that's just a satin stitch, 3 strands of loss, and the color of the thread I gave you in my stitching instructions illustrations that I posted today for the previous flower. And the vein in the center of the leaf I made in with darker thread color, only 2 strands, and it's just a stem stitch. It's cold even in India. Wow, how many how much it's cold right now. We have minus 25 by Celsius in Canada, in New Brunswick. I know that probably in other provinces it's even colder right now. So in this, for this floral heart, I see that I'm missing some pink colors, and I will make my woven roses pink. So I will use those two colors for the bigger rows, and probably I will make this small one with this color. What do you think? It's going to be also colorful. I love your work. Thank you so much. Give me as many hearts as you can, please, guys. Make some interaction so these videos are going to be seen by more people. Erin says that in Louisiana and we have a lot of snow, which is very rare, very rare. I love it. It's when it's snowy, when it's beautiful. Everything is white and the snow is so clean. It's better than like gray weather, and it's gloomy. I don't like it. When we have a lot of snow, the next day and the next after that one, we it's the weather is sunny and it's so beautiful. But unfortunately, I can feel the change of the weather with my bones and my joints. That's it's not very pleasant feeling, but yeah, it's beautiful outside. Today and yesterday it's very beautiful. So I'm gonna use all 6 strands from this color, and it's DMC 3609. And for all 6 strands I will need the biggest needle from my embroidery set. So I will use the biggest needle I have. I don't know the numbers. Probably the biggest number is the smaller thread, right? If we see in this kit, it's from number 3 to 9, so the biggest needle is probably number 3, and then it goes probably 6, and then it goes to 9. It's a smaller needle is 9 probably. So this is number 3. If you have number 2 or 1, it's going to be also great. So I'm threading my needle. Do you guys know the woven roses stitch already? And do you like it? Because I really like it, and it makes so much texture, and it's volumetric stitch. And I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel for woven roses, a special video tutorial where I show you how you can do woven roses in different ways. So I will start with this smaller rose, and I come up and I make 5 stitches, like those stitches, like lines that you see in your pattern. You need to make just straight lines, and it should be 5 stitches. Let me zoom in for the YouTube folks. Okay, 3 more stitches. And this stitch is very simple. It's super simple and fun to make. And I took really long thread, so it will last me for longer, because I will be using this thread for the entire flower. So now once I made those 5 stitches, and yeah, one more thing. You need to make those 5 stitches with the same color thread that you will be using for the weaving. And I'm starting to do the weaving. I come up like close to the center, somewhere between those stitches that I make. As you can see, this is where I can come up. And now I start weaving. I skip one stitch and I go under the next stitch. I go exactly between the fabric and the thread. Just slide with my needle. If you want, you can use the needle with the blind point, so it's going to be easier to slide under this stitch and the fabric and avoid splitting anything. So it's going to be the best if you have like needle with a blind point. You can change the needle for this and do the weaving. So now I skip this one and I slide under the next one. I don't tie it too much, but I make sure that the thread goes where I need and it's not loose too much. So I skip this one and I slide and under this one. And I do the same until I will finish filling these rows. Skipping this one and I slide under the next one. Skipping. See, I don't tie it, I leave it like a little bit loose so it's like laying on top of everything and it has like a rounded shape. Don't rush. How do you like it so far? I really love it. And if you want, you can decorate the center of the flower with a little French knot using like orange or yellow color, but I'll do it later. As your flower becomes bigger, you can switch to, um, you can double the amount of threads to make it even more volumetric. For this flower, it's pretty small, so I don't do it, but for the next one, I will probably double the amount of threads for the bigger circles. And I continue weaving as long as I still have some thread visible around the circle. Sometimes it became hard to find this thread and go under the thread, so it's a sign that you will need to switch to the stem stitch. So at this point, you are not able to go under those threads that are left, but they're still visible, yeah? And to hide those threads, you can start doing a stem stitch. And it's going to make a nice finished look for your rose, you can do the stem stitch um, this way, and all those threads that are visible from those 5 stitches, they are going to be hidden. The flower is gonna have a finished look. I really like this method. And if you have some variated or multicolored threads, I really love to use them for woven roses. When the color is changing, it makes it look really beautiful. And it's going to be the last stitch for this flower. It looks really nice. If you need, you can move your stitches with your needle, lose it a little bit, make it a little bit loosen, like this way, and it will make it even more volumetric. So, okay, I will finish this thread on the back side, and we will continue doing the bigger rows. So this is how I like to finish my threads. If you didn't watch my previous videos, I go under my stitches really close to the place where I came up. I just slide between the fabric and those stitches a little bit, and I have a loop, and I go through this loop, and this way I make a little knot like this. I try to not tie too much because on the front side you have a woven rose, so it's this is, you are not tightening your threads from the front. Just be careful this time with this. And now I'm sliding under my stitches and make a long stitch, so I can cut my thread really close, and this way I don't have like any tails on the back side and hanging down, so it's more neat way to finish your thread. Okay, I'm flipping my work to the front, and we will continue stitching. I will be stitching this flower, but first, before I will do the weaving part, I will stitch the center of the flower, and I will be using French knots. So I will go and leave this needle for later, and I'm switching to the smaller needle because I'm going to be using only 3 strands. And I will need probably some orange color, so let's see. So these are the colors that I will be working with, and let's see which color is gonna look nice with this. I think this yellow will go really nice with those 2 colors, right? What do you think, guys? So I will be making French knots first, and I will be making the rose. I can start making the rose with this color and then finish with this one, or I can start with this one and finish with this one. I don't know yet. I will think about it. What do you guys think? Which color should I start from? While I'm working on French knots, please let me know in the chat. So I will need only 3 strands from dark to light. Yeah, it's a nice idea. This is how actually it looks in the nature, right? Let's go from the dark to light. I will do darker in the middle and lighter on the edge. Thank you. Thank guys. Okay, first I do French knots. Because I want them to look like they are inside of the flower and they are going to be slightly covered with the petals. So that's what I'm going to make. And for the French knots, I just come up, I rub my needle 2 times and I go to the almost into the same place, really close to the place where I came up. I tied the thread slightly so all the wraps are close to the fabric, and I keep my thread with my left hand. I don't tie it too much so it's easier to go through all those wraps. And almost when it's finished, you can leave the thread and you have a nice French knot. Right now I'm using only 3 strands of floss. I separated the threads one by one and I put them together as usual to have a smooth stitches. But for the rows I will be using all 6 strands. Right now it's only 3. And I start exactly in the center and I'm building my French knots around it one by one, really close to each other, so I will fill this entire circle with French knots. And all the time I keep my thread like assisting myself with my left hand, so I control the tension and I control the threads that it's not tangling and making unwanted knots. I do 2 wraps. You can go with 1 wrap or 3 wraps. For French knots, it's good to make from 1 to 3 wraps. It depends on how big you want to make your French knot. I wonder what do you guys doing when you're watching my videos? Are you stitching something, or maybe you are doing some other crafts, or maybe you just having a lunch or dinner? When I'm watching some videos, I usually embroider something or drawing. I also like drawing. Somebody's crocheting. Anderson Jerian, she said that I stopped to watch you. So you were just scrolling the Instagram. This doom scrolling is taking so much time actually. I would better embroider something or draw something, but it's so addictive and I need to like stop this habit somehow. Oh, Anderson was she was also crocheting. Yeah, it's like taking all my time. I just sometimes you don't realize how for how long you are doing this. So I decided I would better to go live and do some embroidering and chat with you guys. Okay, so I see that those two French notes were not very um, good in this place. Um, right now I see my embroidery with the angle, so I don't really see what I'm doing on that side. So I will move that French knot from there. I think, yeah, I will add this here only one small with one rub, and I think from on this side it's enough. And I will go from here and I will make one more row of the French knots. Erin says, I usually stitch or trace my design. So you do a lot of embroidery. I know that Melanie is stitching floral hearts with me and she already finished one and I shared it on our Discord chat. And I really love it, and many of you like it even more than my version, so which is awesome. And she's planning to finish it in the hoop, and she will leave it as it is. But I'm going to be making the ornaments, which I'm going to hang on my cherry blossom tree, and I already made it. I will need to send the picture for you guys so you could see how it looks like. I just attached a few branches of cherry blossom to my stand, which I use for filming, and it's like it looks pretty cute. Not what I was imagining, but this is cute for now. Maybe I will find some more branches and make a bigger tree, but yeah, I will see. That's nice for now. So yeah, I was trying to make the circle shape. If it's a little bit off in some places, it's okay. It's going to be all covered by petals from the rose that you will be building, slightly covering the edges of it. So I will park this thread for later, probably, or no, I will finish it now so it will not interfere with my stitches. Um, Anderson said, very pretty French knots. I do embroidery. Oh, you also do embroidery. That's nice. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? I have a lot of videos like this. You can find the link in my description in the profile on Instagram. Or if you want, you can send me a direct message and I will send you the link. Okay. Everything is ready for the woven rows. So I'm switching to the bigger needle Mm. And as we agreed, I will start from this color and then I will switch to this one. And it's going to be a really nice combination of colors. You can use your own colors. It's not necessary to follow my color palette if you are stitching it with me. And I'm gonna use all 6 strands. Erin says, can't wait to see your tree. I will make a photo tomorrow when I will have a nice lighting in my room because it's dark already. And today I will make the first ornament and I will hang it on the tree so you will see how it looks like with my ornaments. Anderson asking what clothes are you using? This is Kono cotton fabric. You can find this brand in any quilting shop. And this is the best fabric for hand embroidery like I do. Um, so yeah, if you will go to some embroidery shop like cross stitch shop or something like that, they don't have any fabric for this kind of embroidery. Usually they don't have it, so they can suggest you some swaggered fabric or something like that, but no, don't use it. Just go to the quilting shop and find some fabric like Kono cotton, something like that. So I come up here. I just finished my stitch here, so I don't want to come up really close. So I will come up here and I will start weaving the rows. What I'm thinking is maybe I need to make um, more stitches. It's probably should be more stitches than 5 because as you see it's not enough like space for weaving. Yeah, for the bigger roses like this it's better to have 7 stitches. Let me fix it and I will update the pattern accordingly to this change. So I will undo those stitches for now and I will draw 7 lines for this and it's going to be much better. Okay, and I will undo this one. I will leave this one and I'll just undo this one. Sorry guys. Yeah, but we needed to do that because it's wrong. Okay, so I'll thread the needle and I will draw new lines. Okay, we need 7, right? So I will move this one to here and here, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I will make here, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so maybe even closer. Okay. It may be hard to fix for you guys, so I'm sorry. I didn't think about it. Okay, so we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. and it's going to be much better. Hi, Christina. What are you stitching right now? Okay, so I'll start weaving and it should be much better. Yeah, that's perfect. If you want, you can switch to 12 threads. And it's going to be even more volumetric. So as I start from 6 strands, I want to see how it looks like. And for the next color, I will definitely switch to all 12 strands. How are you feeling today, Christina? I feel better. It looks like I have some allergy reaction to the flowers that I brought. I forgot how the name, what the name it was. So I moved those flowers to another room, the bigger room, and I don't cough much today. Yeah, I need to be careful with flowers right now. As you may notice, so I stitched those leaves first, and yeah, I did it in purpose because I want them to be like laying, like hidden under the woven rose flowers that I will be stitching like slightly on top of it. So because when you will stitch the flower, it's going to be a little bit hard to stitch the leaves that are hidden under it, so you will need to put your needle with the angle, like going like slightly under your stitches from the flower. So yeah, that's why I did it. That's why I stitched the leaves first and then I stitched the flower, so it's like laying on the top of everything. So yeah, I will do 1 or 2 circles and I will finish this thread and I will switch to another thread. Yeah, I should skip this one. Really love how this color looks with this yellow center of the flower. Looks really natural, like the roses that I see everywhere here in Canada. Okay, so to finish the thread, I just need to go to the back side. Remember to not tight it too much and finish the thread on the back side like I was showing you before. But I will park this thread for later on the side, so I will finish it later. And I'm switching to another color, so I'm switching to, no, not this one. I'm switching to this color. It should look nice. Allergies are bad this year. Yeah, I never had allergies before, so I'm not sure if it's allergy or just irritation on my throat, and I'm not sure. I didn't do any tests, but it feels like allergy. Like, okay, so I have all 6 strands and I double them. I put them together, so you will need a really big needle. If you have a needle bigger than that, or you can use the same needle. Yeah, I will probably switch to the longer threads. I will take the twice longer threads that I usually do, because I will be putting them together to make 12 threads. And yeah, if you have embroidery threads which are not binded in those on those like this, so it's not like twisted like this, it's better to use some threads which you can use directly from the skein. Yeah, but I have my thread and it looks like this, so it's not gonna be smooth for the petals. Maybe let's choose some other colors. Maybe I have something in my skein, because yeah, I'm trying to avoid this when I'm stitching the woven roses. Let me try another thread which is in the skein, because it's gonna be like big petals and I want them to not be like broken like this, you know. Let's see what I have. Yeah, I have a few nice pink colors, and this color is gonna look even better, I think. Yeah, and this is some new embroidery brand. I didn't see it before. I found those threads in the thrift store, and sometimes you can find some funny threads. I never seen them before. I don't know if they sell those threads now. Did you guys know this brand? But it looks really high quality, and this is like cotton threads, the same quality as DMC and Anchor threads. That's funny. 6-stranded floss, and it calls like G and P codes. And yeah. Oh, it even have like color from DMC, like, see, with the color is 65, but it writes like it's similar to DMC's color 605. So you know, it's very handy. Really nice that they do it. So I'm taking the long thread and I will go through the needle using only 6 strands, but I will make a knot with 2 strands, like 2 threads folding. I will show you. So I will not have to go through the needle using with all 12 strands, if you know what I mean. It's going to be hard with because the needle of the eye is quite small. So I will just put them together and I will make a knot here. So we have 12 threads as a result. Yeah, it's gonna be a quite big knot, as you see. But yeah, I don't really worry for the backside because it's going to be all hidden. It's going to be turned into the ornaments. So I come up somewhere like close to the line, and we see someone new here, and she's writing on Instagram, "Hello, I'm new here. What brand is better?" Um, you can use different brands like DMC, Encore, and Cosmos Seasons. It's also a nice brand of embroidery threads. I really love the quality of Cosmos Season, but it's quite expensive and they make like really gorgeous multicolored threads. I'm using right now this brand, which I happen to find in the thrift store, and it's really nice too. I would avoid some cheap threads which are made in China, or I don't know. I would test them first because they are synthetic and they can change the color when you are washing your embroideries, or maybe you embroidery on the clothing, especially if you embroidery on the clothing. I would test it first with washing, how it looks like, if it leaves some marks on the fabric, or I would try to iron it as well to see how it behaves, because synthetic threads, that they can melt sometimes, so be careful with them. And also they behave not the same way as a high quality threads like DMC or all the brands that I mentioned. You can have some problems with them during the stitching process, as you know what I mean. It can make knots, they can break, and yeah, it's not really comfortable to stitch with some cheap threads, so I recommend to switch some quality threads so they will not give you any problems and you will get a really um, nice satisfaction from using them actually. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm using 12 threads right now, and it makes my woven rows even more volumetric, and it looks really, really nice. I love it. They're twisted sometimes, and I don't mind it. I really love this effect. It gives the look of the flower even better. So I don't mind if it's twisted slightly. So it's fine with me in this case. And yeah, now I got to the point where it's got in and it's hard to go under those stitches, so I will switch to the stem stitch just like I did for this flower. And it can be slightly hard to go through the fabric with all 12 threads, but just no rush. And it's gonna look nice. You can help yourself with the needle this way. See, sometimes it's like doesn't look like you want, so help yourself with a needle. And fix your thread slightly. More stitches and it's done. So for the last stitch I go like slightly under my stitches and with the angle like this, so it's going to be like hidden under my previous stitches, and this is how it's gonna look like. I really love it. It's volumetric, it's like popping out of the fabric and it looks really nice. How do you like it? Anderson says, this is my first embroidery video. I'm enjoying it very much. Thank you so much. Make sure you find my YouTube channel and subscribe me. And I try to go live often, and I enjoy stitching time with you guys. And it's a really nice support from you if you watch my videos. I have a monetization on my YouTube channel, turn it on, so I have a little commission from the views if you guys watch it, so I can buy some nice materials to try for hand embroidery, so it's a really nice support. Okay, so how long we are stitching? It's like 50 minutes already. If you want, we can continue. Maybe let's stitch those flowers. I will park my thread for later. Yeah, it's better to finish those threads so it doesn't interfere with stitching, and we will stitch a little bit more. Hi Leah, this design is just gorgeous. Thank you so much. I love it. I love how it looks like with pink flowers already. This makes like this composition even more colorful, because with the big yellow flower it's like it looks too yellow and green, but when we add some more colors like this, it makes it look really nice. I love it. Let's finish this thread on the back and stitch some more flowers. All the rest elements I already showed you how to stitch, so you can go ahead and stitch them. They are all the same, like just like we did for this floral heart. As you can see, these are lazy daisies, these are French knots and back stitch, and these are just French knots, and I will do them the same way like I did here. So it's pretty much the same, and yeah, today I will probably finish stitching it. And take a look on the Melanie's floral heart. I will post it on Instagram tomorrow. You will see how she finished her uh, version of the flower. She is planning to frame this in the hoops, so she's not cutting it out like I did. And she embroidered the border with a chain stitch, and she used a rainbow multicolored threads, and it looks really really nice. So this is the way how you can finish your floral hat. If you want, you can leave it in the hoop and frame it like you are traditionally do it for your all your embroidery projects if you don't want to cut it out and make ornaments like I do. So I will need to thread my needle. I will cut it. I like to lick my threads, so this is my favorite way to thread the needle. If you don't like licking, you can use a needle threadle. This is how it looks like, and it will help you to thread your needles if you have problems with that. And yeah, I the one more thing that I wanted to let you know, guys, that I returned the embroidery kits and needle minders on my shop, so you can order them if you wanted to order something like the needle minders like this one, the one with the magnets where you can keep your needles. I have different designs, so you can go ahead and order it. So okay, so I will start with this color for those flowers, but first I see that I would like to make a French knot here. What do you think? I think it's missing like a yellow part in the center, so it's gonna be, it look consistent with this flower. And yeah, I will probably make a French knot here first, and then I will continue with everything else. Just one. You can also use some beads. Maybe you have some sparkling beads. Next time I will go live on Saturday morning. I will schedule the live stream so you could see what time is it in your country so you don't miss it. Erin said that my cat is snoring, lol. Sometimes I wish I could be one of my cats. They're so spoiled. Yeah, you know, sometimes, yeah, I wish to. So I will use 3 strands of floss for the French knots for this flower. Floss and Hook on Instagram, she said, I mean, yeah, her cat is snoring too. I had a cat in Ukraine, and he didn't like the sound of the sticky tape. And when I was packing my embroidery kits for shipping, he was like doing the sound like meh, meh. Like he doesn't like it, and he was watching at me like meh, I don't like it. Each time I was using the sticky tape. And I even have some videos of it. He lives with my mom right now. And I saw on Instagram was a video with another cat, like, and he looked like this, like my cat, what is in Ukraine, and he didn't like when people were sneezing. So every time somebody was sneezing, he was like saying, so yeah, they are funny. Each of them, they have their own character, they all different, and they are talkative. If you will be talking to them, they will be talking to you back. Mine snores like a little pig. Maybe he has a little nose, and it's hard for him to breathe. I had a dog, Pekingese, and he was snoring when he was sleeping because he has a little nose. He was snoring like a big man, you know, and it was loud. You could think that some big man is sleeping somewhere, like, but it's just a little dog. I want to get that sweater, that hoodie with a pocket, like a big pocket for my cat. If you guys know like some shop that is selling such hoodies, I would like to get one. So I could keep my cat sleeping inside this hoodie pocket while I'm stitching or doing something. Blossom Hook says that my little girl cat snores worse than my husband. Yeah, it happens. They can do that. I make a few French knots a little bit far from this bunch of French knots because I want to like make a slightly like a gradient of flowers. They are darker on the top and they become lighter on the bottom. So this should help me to create a little gradient. And I'm switching to the lighter color, which is this one. And the previous color was this one. I already used it for the previous design, so you should already have it. Nice to meet you, Danny. Are you stitching something, or you maybe do some crochet, or maybe you just having a dinner? And where are you from? We have stitchers from many countries right now. We have one from India, we have one from Louisiana. Um, Christina is watching from Toronto. Somebody's from Chile. I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, but originally I'm from Ukraine. We have somebody from Brazil and from Mexico. Nice. Danny says, I'm currently making a felt Welsh dragon for my mom, but I should really go to bed. It's 11 a.m. p.m. here in the UK. Yeah, it must be pretty late. Yesterday I was teaching until 2 a.m. because I really wanted to finish this sunflower and leaves. So I I went to sleep, but I decided that I wanted to stitch some more, and I ended up looking at my watch and it's 2 a.m. already. I didn't notice how the time flies so fast. Okay, this thread becomes really short. I will probably need to start a new one. I will probably not finish this with this thread. Yeah, I will need to start a new thread. Oh, somebody's from Pakistan. Uh, it's very relaxing watching you, Sue. Thanks so much. Okay, is this the color that I'm using? Yeah. I have two strands from this color. Yeah, I will switch to two strands, and with two strands you can make the same size of the French knot if you want, if you wrap it 3 times. So yeah, two strands is also good, especially when you are like stitching those teeny um, flowers on the bottom. You can make them even smaller, and it's gonna look even more natural. Let's see how 3 wraps looks like. It should look like 2 wraps, but with 3 strands. Yeah, looks nice. It looks like I go through the knot on the back side. That's why it's sometimes hard to go through. And voila, it's done. You guys can go ahead and finish it uh, without me. Once I will finish this, I will make the stitching instructions that the same way that I made for this floral heart. Stitching instructions for this one already is on my Patreon, on my stitching club, so it's already available by the link in the video description. And I will make the same way for this one. When I will finish it, I will probably finish stitching it today or tomorrow, and I will share the final look on Instagram and on Patreon. So yeah, uh, I will see you next time on Saturday. I will schedule the live stream now, and you will see the exact time for your time zone. And thank you so much for chatting with me today. Thank you so much for joining. If you are new here, you can join this stitch along by the link in the video description, and you can get all those embroidery patterns that I created for this month. This one is done, and this is how it looks like. And we already stitching this one, and the next one is going to be this one. And it's going to be long and short shading technique, so you will definitely learn a lot um, um, on this one. So if you want to learn something, practice your embroidery skills, and yeah, ask me any questions in the comments below and I will answer them all. I will be happy to see some questions from you guys. And yeah, ask me anything and send me messages in direct. I will be happy to hear back from you, to hear some thoughts from you. What do you guys think about this project? What you are going to be making from it? Because I'm going to be making ornaments like this one. I will share the final look later when I will finish it. So yeah, it's been a nice time spending with you guys. Thank you, Erin, Christina, and everyone who joined this live stream today. I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.